All right, bonjour, hola, hola, ladies and genitals. Today, we're going to talk about Ethereum. There's a lot of very interesting things happening with the market, a lot of very interesting things happening with the supply of Ethereum that I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about. A lot of people are talking about, the supply with Bitcoin, how there's going to be a supply shock. Folks, people have been sleeping on Ethereum. Ethereum has been really unexciting and really disappointing to a lot of people, which is why I love it. So, folks, in this video, I'm going to run through some TA. I'm going to run through the short term and long term. I'm also going to run through why I'm so excited and some very interesting supply things going on with Ethereum. So, folks, if you'd like to turn on that, do me a favor, like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. So let's delve in the technicals first here and just kind of briefly mention some of the most important support and resistance levels, because I think I know what it's going to take for Ethereum to make a move here, although it might not be a move that we like. So we were in this diamond pattern, and we seem to be breaking down bearishly, but we're maintaining above the key support level of 1740 to 1750. Not only that, the key support level of the 100 EMA on the 6 hours. So yes, we broke down bearishly from this diamond. And typically whenever we break down from a diamond, whatever we break out, we typically break out the height of the diamond. So this yellow line represents the height. And so I just cloned it, or copied and pasted it. I moved it over here and over here. This would constitute a bullish breakout. This could take us to all-time highs and probably, just below 2100. And if we broke down bearishly, this could take us to possibly the mid-1500s. But well, that is typically the case. Perhaps this diamond is not so valid. Perhaps what's more valid is a sideways moving channel. Ultimately, I think the key support level that we need to maintain above is, again, 1740 to 1750. If we start to break below that, I think falling down to low 1500s, 1550 to about 1500, does make a lot of sense, and that would constitute a bearish breakdown from this diamond pattern. Another very critical support level that we need to maintain above is the 100 EMA on the 6 hour. We can see how we're kind of, reacting off it. We've been kind of finding support above it. We're definitely not breaking below it, and this is a very significant support level for Ethereum because, as we can see here, if we zoom out to back in January, pump dump, found support near it, pump dump, found support on it. So this has been a very relevant support level. See here, we pumped, we tried to break above it, and we got rejected off it. Dump, tried to break above, got rejected off it. So this is a very, very relevant, very price reactive level for Ethereum. The 100 EMA on the 6 hour is a very, very relevant, very critical support level / resistance level. And we're getting a bunch of that support converging all at 1750 to 1740, spike in volume. So as long as we maintain above 1740, 1750, then I think we're good. If we start to break below that, I think a further leg down, probably to 1550 to about 1520 is probably warranted for Ethereum. Now, folks, it's not all doom and gloom, because I've recently stumbled upon some very interesting on-chain factors that I want to share with you guys, which is, folks, the amount of Ethereum on exchanges has reached a 28-month low. This is a big deal. This is a tweet that was tweeted by Sentiment. Give our Twitter a follow. Link for that down in the description below. We always retweet interesting news stories. So this is typically interpreted as a bullish signal, because whenever there's less supply on exchanges, there's typically less selling pressure and more demand, because it's a scarcer resource. So this is typically interpreted as a very bullish signal. This is the lowest it's been in 28 months, folks. This is a big deal. Another very, very interesting thing here is, folks, the institutions are hoarding Ethereum. Grayscale owes nearly 2% of the Ethereum total supply. Folks, while the newbies, a lot of newbies are panic selling, the institutions are panic buying, and I think this is just the start. I think it's just a matter of time before we see lots of large companies start to buy and move into Ethereum. Now, I wanted to bring you guys a chart by here on Glassnode. Very interesting chart. This shows the number of active addresses holding Ethereum. So when you have less activity, that just means people are hodling. They're not moving it around. They're not doing anything with it. So what's very interesting to note is that people who've had Ethereum in their wallet from 1 week to 1 month and not moving it, just hodling it, has been increasing. Same with same with the 1 month to 3 month. Same with well, not so much 3 month to 6 month. But point being, the people who've been holding Ethereum for the last few months are holding Ethereum. Now, people who've been holding for longer than that are selling off here. We can see the people who've been in Ethereum for a while, for years, are moving Ethereum more actively. So these are how the different different addresses are behaving. But point being, people who've recently gotten into Ethereum are holding their Ethereum. They're not moving it around, which just goes to further confirm the fact that Ethereum on exchanges is quite low. So Ethereum on exchanges is quite low, and the people that have been hodling Ethereum aren't moving it. They're staying put. So that is very, very interesting, because look, I keep bringing this up in all these different videos. People keep forgetting, because Ethereum's been boring as of late. They think it's garbage. It's not garbage, folks. I think Ethereum is a sleeping giant, and it's just a matter of time before it wakes up, because Bitcoin typically leads the market and Ethereum follows suit afterward. Ethereum has always lagged behind Bitcoin. And so if we look at the previous cycle, Bitcoin's all-time highs was under $20,000. So from the previous cycle's all-time highs to now, Bitcoin's up over 180%. Ethereum's last all-time highs was just above $1,400. So folks, from Ethereum's previous all-time highs, it's up roughly 22%. Folks, Ethereum lags behind Bitcoin. It's incredibly undervalued. I think it's just a matter of time before we reach $2,000 and vastly surpass it and look something somewhat similar to Bitcoin. We're going to be hundreds of percent above the previous cycle's all-time highs. It's just a matter of time. So honestly, this is a blessing. And if it corrects further, if we break down below this 180 million 6 hour, I would consider that a blessing, folks. And look, while people are panic selling, I'm going to be panic buying as much as I can. And look, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but that is what I'm doing. Now, another very interesting thing to keep an eye out for is the Bitcoin dominance chart. It's a gauge of the state of the altcoin market. For those who don't know, Bitcoin dominance is the total value of Bitcoin in comparison to the total value of all cryptocurrency. Whenever it rises, altcoins typically suffer. Whenever it falls, altcoins typically benefit. So, we've been falling the last few days. If we see Bitcoin dominance start to fall and get a daily candle close below 60%, that is a big deal. And if you see that Bitcoin dominance continue to fall, that should tell you the altcoins have gas in the pump, gas in the tank to continue pumping. As soon as we see Bitcoin dominance start to rise, that should tell you that's going to place the dampers on the altcoins. So before we wrap up here, I want to bring up Bitcoin, because Bitcoin seems to be breaking down bearishly. We broke down bearishly from our pitchfork. It seems like we're breaking down bearishly from our wedge here. So where are our price targets? Where are we going to find support? Because it seems like we are breaking down. And honestly, I might even enter a short pretty soon here. Literally after this video, I'm probably going to enter a short. I mean, I'm going to do some more TA, but I might even enter a short like right now. Especially if we continue to hold below 56,000. Yeah, if we start to break and hold below 56,000, I'm probably going to enter a short, because I think that our next leg down is probably around 54,300 to about 54,000. We have our Fibonacci extension support level of 382 right there at 54,000. Nice peak in volume at 54,000. So if we break down below 56,000, I think kind of 54,000, 54,300 is probably our next stop. Now, if we break down further, then I think our next floor of support is 50,000 to 51,000. We have a nice peak in volume there. We have the 236 on the Fibonacci extension and the 236 on the Fibonacci retracement, all clustered between 50,000 and about 51,000. So I think that those are the two levels of support where Bitcoin could find support if we continue to correct further. And if we start to break down below 56,000, close below 56,000, then I think hitting these levels here become all of a sudden a lot more likely. So that's what I'm looking out for in terms of Bitcoin. In terms of Ethereum, again, key support levels are this here. VP Referral point of control is right at 1800, a nice psychological level. We've been getting rejected off 1800. So for Ethereum to see bullish continuation, I think we need to get above and hold above 1800 and then tackle 1875, 1880. Nice price reactive zone, a little bit of a spike in volume. So if we can get above these two levels, I think it makes it far more likely that we see bullish continuation, and we're probably going to retest all-time highs. But again, folks, we're in this key range here. So Another very interesting thing that we need to keep our eyes out for to understand what way Ethereum is going to break out is the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing, because the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing sometimes moves first and then the US dollar value of Ethereum gets reflected afterwards. So we're in this tight range. We cannot move in this tight range forever. Eventually we're going to break out and pick a direction. Whatever way we break out, we're like to trend in that direction for quite some time, and is likely, very likely, to have an impact on the US dollar value of Ethereum. So this is going to be a very, very important chart to understand what way Ethereum could break out of this tight range. 1740 to 1800 is that tight range we're in. Eventually, we're going to have to break out of this thing. So, yeah, this could even be a very tradable range. Like, if we start to break down below 1740 and especially 1720, I think we're going for a further leg down. If we start to break above and hold above 1800, I think we could go for a leg up to 1875. So that's kind of what I think is happening with the short term with Ethereum. And just gonna wrap up here with a long-term outlook, folks. So if we look at the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing, we zoom out to the last cycle, we see that Ethereum reached over 12% of Bitcoin's price last time around. So I think something similar has a good chance of happening this cycle, where I think Ethereum has a good chance of reaching 8%, 9%, 10% of Bitcoin's price this cycle. And I think Bitcoin's going to go to the hundreds of thousands, which means I think it's very likely, I think Ethereum has a very good chance of reaching well over $10,000 this cycle. So while we may correct further here in the short term, that's always possible, I'm definitely going to be buying those dips, not selling them. But you do you, boo. I'm not a financial advisor. These videos are not financial advice. So, folks, that's all I've... I'm going to hop on short. I'm going to wrap up this video, folks. Join our Patreon. Link to join that will be down in the description below. You get access to low-cap gems, very interesting setups, and very helpful resources. There's this brand new project that's... hasn't even come out yet. They're in the beginning stages of their IDO in their whitelist process. So we're talking to our VIP Discord members about that. Very excited about this project. So make sure you join our VIP Discord. You get access through joining our Patreon. Link for that down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, folks. Until next time, take care.